Hey, what's going on, everybody on YouTube? Steve again with Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com. Come back to you with another video from a beautiful day, and it's pretty windy out over here. I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of noise going on in the background, so I'm actually testing out my brand new Rode Video Mic Pro shotgun mic right now on my Canon Rebel T3i camera, DSLR camera. So we'll see how the overall quality of this video comes out, but hopefully it's not too noisy. But in any event, in today's video, I wanted to talk about the best platform to get started on if you're brand spanking new and you want to get into reselling. And the reason why I want to get into this is because recently I was talking to one of my friends who's been looking to, get into reselling, wants to be an entrepreneur, and just doesn't know, she doesn't know where to start. She doesn't know, should I start with Amazon or FBA or, be a merchant or eBay or Etsy or Craigslist or OfferUp? And there's so many different options. Where should you start? So I actually have about 6 tips, 6 little rules of thumb or guidelines, if you want to call it that, for helping you to determine how to get started on what platform. Because again, there's so many various platforms you could get started on when you want to get into reselling. Like I said, there's Craigslist, there's eBay, there's Etsy, there's Amazon FBA, there's OfferUp, which is kind of like the new Craigslist in a sense. There's a lot of different things out there. I know I'm missing some. So it's kind of a difficult thing, to try to figure out what should I get started with? What's best? I know what it's like. I've been there, I've done that before. So I want to give you guys some little tips and rules of thumbs for helping you to determine which platform to get started on. So without further ado, if you're ready to rock and roll, let's dive into this video. All right, so the first thing you're gonna want to think about in determining which platform to get started with is what types of items do you want to sell, right? What types of items do you want to sell? If you're interested in selling books, it's pretty much a no-brainer. You want to put them on Amazon FBA because that's where you're going to get the most money. That's where the market's looking for these books, and it's just going to be your best bet. Now, if you want to sell used clothing or you want to get into antiques and stuff like that, your best bet's probably going to be eBay because that's just what eBay is about. It caters to that type of customer, and again, it's just going to be the easiest for you to find the customer, sell it, and make money. Now, if you want to get into bigger items and you want to, mess with dryers and appliances and all these various items that are larger in size, bicycles and stuff like that, you could think about eBay, but you're going to have to deal with the shipping, and there's a lot of headaches involved with that type of stuff. So in that situation, I'd probably get started with Craigslist or OfferUp or some type of local platform, even Facebook, selling it locally on Facebook. I know a lot of people doing that as well. So first thing you want to consider is the types of items that you want to get into, because that's really going to dictate and be the big leading decision in terms of what platform you're going to choose. So if you're not sure what items you want to sell, well, I'd take a step back right now and watch some YouTube videos, check out some blogs, check out some haul videos and sales update videos, and get a feel for all right, I'm interested in selling this or I'm interested in selling that. And once you figure out what you're interested in selling, then you can move on to choosing which platform to get started with. Tip number 2 for deciding which platform you want to get started with is your time. Time is very, very important. There's only so many hours in the day, and if you're working a full-time job and you have a family and you have all these responsibilities, you're probably going to want to go with something that's more time efficient. And in that instance, I'd probably suggest Amazon FBA. And the reason why I'd suggest Amazon FBA is because the cool thing about FBA, and if you don't know, FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. The cool thing is, literally all you have to do is source your items, package it up, and ship them all out to Amazon. And they're gonna store all your items, and when they sell, they're gonna pick it, they're gonna pack it, they're gonna ship it, they're gonna deal with customer service. They're gonna do a lot of things for you that take up a ton of time. So if you're looking to save time and you wanna kind of build a part-time business, you don't have to worry about all the different elements that go into completing a transaction, FBA is definitely an awesome way to utilize your time, and it's very, very efficient. So I would definitely suggest that. Tip number 3 for determining which platform to sell on is storage. And I know this is kind of a segue from the second tip that I gave you, which was time, because I was talking about Amazon FBA. But I tell you, you need to make sure you have enough space. If you're looking to get into eBay or you're looking to get into Craigslist, you're going to have to store these items somewhere. You're either going to have to store it in your house or outside in the shed or the garage, or you might even have to invest in an office or a storage unit. I'd probably suggest a storage unit, one outside, because you get them very cheap. But remember, you're gonna have to store these items. So if you don't have a lot of space, maybe you live in like a 1-bedroom apartment and you wanna get involved with like bicycles or different things like that, just understand you're gonna have to have the space for it. If you wanna get involved with clothing, you're gonna need the clothing racks, you're gonna need places to store them. So again, that's going to be a big deciding factor, and it should definitely be a heavy influence in terms of what platform you choose, especially when you're just getting started. Tip number 4 is your passion. What are you interested in? What do you like? Like, what gets you excited? What gets you pumped up? Like, what's something that you really want to sell? Like, maybe you're into arts and crafts and you're really creative and you love designing your own little ornaments and like these little unique, odd things that are really cool. You're probably gonna wanna sell on Etsy because that's not gonna do as well, from my understanding, on like eBay or Craigslist or FBA. I doubt you could even sell handmade items on FBA, but I'm not sure. That's gonna be a big deciding factor right there. Like, what are you really passionate about? Because one of the things I always say to people is follow your passions. Like, because I tell you, when times get tough and sales are slow and you don't feel like listing and there's all these things going on pulling you in different directions, having that underlying passion is gonna drive you forward and help you to be able to grow your business. Now, passion isn't everything. Of course, there's a lot of different things that are involved with business, like knowing your margins and doing taxes and sourcing. There's so many different things, but passion's like the foundation of it all. So I would honestly, like, before you decide which platform to choose, I would think about, you know what am I passionate about? Like, think about what types of items you want to sell, like, and make good money, but what are you passionate about? Maybe you could find items that make good money and you're passionate about and connect them together and then choose your platform that way. So that's definitely something to consider, and just think about what interests you and just go from there. Tip number 5 is guidance and help. Maybe you have a friend who sells on Amazon, right? And could get you started a lot easier than, trying to figure out things on your own for like eBay. Maybe your mother or your father sells on Craigslist and they've been doing it for years. Well, maybe that's a good place for you to start, because they could kind of teach you, like, this is how you take the pictures, this is how you load them up, this is how you create the descriptions, this is where you meet people, like all the little nuances that go along with making it happen. So guidance and help, like if you have like a network of people who are already, getting the results you want on a specific platform, maybe that's your best way to start, because you're going to have a huge advantage being able to connect with people. But really, there's no excuse nowadays with Facebook groups and local meetups and YouTube videos. Like, there's so much support out there, so that really shouldn't be probably like your number one driving force, because you could always find help. But again, if you have someone really close to you, a good friend, maybe that's the best way for you to go. And number 6, the last tip in determining what platform to choose, is how much money do you have? Like, how much money do you have to invest? Because different types of items that you sell on specific platforms may be riskier or cost more money. For example, like if you only have like $20 a week to invest, maybe it's best for you to start like a book business on Amazon FBA, because you could go to book sales and get CDs and random media for 10-20 cents each if you have them around you. Whereas, if you want to buy bicycles and, electronics from pawn shops and different things like that, or, even if you want to sell like higher end clothing, like, it's going to be more expensive. So you might want to consider that the types of items you invest in are cheaper, and build yourself up first, then you can look into other types of items and different platforms. So definitely consider how much money you have to be able to invest in this business. So if you're looking to figure out like what platform should I choose, I want to get started, I want to do this, watch this video one more time, because it's going to help you out a lot. I'm sharing my firsthand experiences. This is what I did, and yeah, hopefully it helps. So just as a recap, number 1, think about the types of items you want to sell. That's going to help you to determine what platform to sell it on. Some items are better being sold on Amazon, some are more profitable on Craigslist, and so on and so forth. Number 2, time. How much time do you have available? Again, certain platforms are going to help you to leverage your time, versus other platforms are going to be a time suck, kind of like eBay. It's very, very time consuming. You got to list, you got to take pictures, you got to ship. I mean, you got to do everything. You know the deal. So consider your time. Number 3, storage space. How much space do you have to be able to store the items? Different items are going to you know, they're gonna take more space. You know, a bicycle is gonna take up way more space versus a book. So consider your space. Number 4, your passion. What are you excited about? What gets you pumped up? What gives you that energy to like wanna just go sourcing and sell it? Think about that. The passion's very important. Doesn't mean everything, but it can definitely help out a ton when you're feeling down in the dumps. Number 5, guidance and help. Do you have a family member? Do you have a friend? Do you have someone close to you that can just help you and guide you and get you started? That's huge. And number 6, investment in money. Some items are gonna cost more, some are gonna cost less. So know how much money you have to play with, and that's gonna help you to determine as well which platform to get started on. So again, hopefully this video was clear. I'm rocking out with the Rode Video Mic Pro shotgun mic on top of my Canon Rebel T3i. So it's really windy out here. Typically, if I was just using the built-in audio, I mean, this video would have gone to hell a long time ago because it's so windy. So I'm hoping that this this microphone, this new one that I got, is allowing the sound to, you know, come in crystal clear, and maybe there's only a little like craziness in the background from all this wind. Anyways, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear you in the comment section. If you have any questions, drop a line below and I'll get back to you. So keep on picking and making that money, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.